Everyone. I thought today I'd talk about getting over things. Things such as a bad test grade, a terrible event, breaking up with a girlfriend, how to just what you should do with these events, and how, I know how it feels if you just want to make things just all go away. And who's to say that's actually the right thing? If I give an example from my personal life, I just got out of a pretty serious relationship. In fact, I don't really know what you can call serious anymore, but I have a pretty good idea what a serious relationship is. And it's hard. There's a lot of the hard thing about it is that there's a lot of really happy memories that I'm gonna miss, and a lot of aspects I'm gonna miss. For instance, getting to hang out with this girl on Saturday nights, and different events and different dates, and dancing, going to dances, just hanging out, hiking, going up a glacier or going up, Red Rocks or a mountain. But all those are really gone. Those memories are gone, and I'll never be able to live those again with this person. And I'm here to say that it's not a bad thing. I call it it's a stepping stone. And sometimes we want these memories to just go away in our sadness. Sorry, my arm gets tired. I was weightlifting actually, but whatever. I'm sorry, I'm shaking too. Weightlifting does that to you. If you weightlift, you would know. You just gotta, instead of wanting to make it all disappear and vanish, with anything in our past, any kind of event, or really anything in your history, instead of wanting it to go away and disappear forever, what you want to do is, instead of leave your past behind, you should embrace your past, and you should acknowledge your past situations, the good times and the bad times. Figure out what you like, figure out what you don't like about certain people, certain things, certain events, certain objects, and use it as a growing and learning experience. You can really learn a lot about yourself, and you can better move on. And the thing is, you don't really want it to all go away. The truth is that you just want to move on, and you want to move on without the pain of always thinking about that event or that person. And in doing so, you need separation, and you need to quote unquote make that thing or person disappear from your everyday life. And that's a good point. But when it comes into memories and past, even the bad things, you want to remember those and you want to embrace them, because only through our past can we really figure out what was good, what was bad. And when you look at history, you look at your history of your country, and you figure out, your government figures out what went right and what went wrong, and what caused that fight or that battle or that argument, and what we could do better as a country to thrive as a unified state. And you need to really think about that in your own perspective. What can, in looking back at your past and your events, what can you do to make your life a better one and the happiest one it could possibly be? Right now, this video is coming from a very depressed person. I got a lot of things going on right now. I have actually been kind of taken over my brain for a long time. And the biggest event was breaking up with my girlfriend. She broke up with me, but it was a good decision. It was a great decision, actually. We weren't, well, you don't need to know much, but we weren't really going anywhere, and we were just constantly fighting, and for some reason I became obsessed, and I had to, I kept wanting to latch on to something that I really couldn't have. Anyways, and if she's watching this, well, okay, but this is out to all you other people. You gotta find what you wanna change. Look back at your past and acknowledge some of the mistakes you've made and some of the successes you've had, and grow. And instead of focusing on the negative things in your life, or the negative aspects, or arguments, or disputes, or even mental, personal, we talk to ourselves all the time in our heads. And if it's more of a stoic kind of a approach. You might not have to always do what you want to do, or you might not want to do something, but you ought to. So instead of wanting, look at what you need and what you ought to do. So it's not necessarily what you want to do, it's what you ought to do. And you ought to look at the bright side of life, because really, the dying truth is, you only got one really good shot at this life, and if you've cheated death a couple times like I have, that's an understatement, you realize every time that you're pretty lucky, and you need to fix some things in your life to be a happier person. And I'm working on that, and I try to acknowledge, the past. I have been through the mistake where I want to just make it all go away, and that's wrong. I really need to look at my, and right now, that's a great example. I need to look at my past relationship with my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, and find out what I like and what I don't like about, my relationships, and what I really find attractive in a woman, and what I need out of them, or what I want out of them, and I can apply that to my next relationship, and I can find what I really need as a human being and as who I am. And that's true for anybody in a relationship. You need to find what applies to you and you only. And sorry, weightlifting, it kills. It really does, but it's got a good effect. Yeah? Yeah, I know. Big program, working on it. Gonna get huge. But anyways, I like to throw a little humor in there, once in a while. Like, my nose really itches right now, and like, I just want to pick my nose, but I'm not going to. So, yeah, I need to figure out what's going on, and so do you. If you're watching this, you need to learn from your mistakes or your errors or mistakes in your life that you might not necessarily have caused, or maybe ones that you have caused, and see what you can do to change to better your future. That's all I gotta say. I got my bed in my peripheral vision, and it's making me mad, look at this thing. It's unmade. It's rough. But I gotta fix that, so I'm gonna go, okay? And I'm gonna pick my nose. Yeah. So I just told the world I'm gonna go pick my nose. But alright. Well, hopefully this was helpful to you, and you might have gotten a couple chuckles or giggles or whatever you want to call them out of it. Yeah.